There was once a man who believed he had lost everything. By the time he was in his late 30s, life looked like a long list of failures. His first business collapsed. His second attempt ended in debt. His job gone. And his closest friends drifted away one by one. Each time he tried to rise, he was pushed down harder. Each time he built hope, it was torn apart. And slowly, he began to believe a cruel lie, that maybe he was simply not meant to succeed. One evening, he sat alone on a park bench. The city around him was alive with noise, laughter, and bright lights. But inside his heart, silence. A silence filled with shame and regret. He whispered to himself, "What's the point anymore? Maybe this is it. Maybe my story ends here." At that moment, an old man walking by stopped, noticing his face. The stranger smiled gently and asked, "Son, why do you look so defeated?" He sighed, "Because I have failed in everything. My dreams are gone, my future is gone. I have nothing left." The old man sat beside him, and after a long pause said quietly, "Let me tell you something about failure. Do you see that tree across the park?" the old man asked. He looked. A tall oak tree stood strong, its branches spread wide. "Years ago," the old man continued, "that tree was no bigger than your hand. Every storm pushed it, every wind bent it, every season tried to break it. But each time, it grew stronger roots. Without the storms, it would have never grown tall." He leaned closer. "Failure is not the end of your story. It is the storm that grows your roots." The man stayed silent, but his heart listened. The old man smiled and stood up. "Life is not asking you to quit. Life is asking you to rise again. And when you rise wiser, stronger, and unbreakable." Then, just as suddenly as he appeared, the old man walked away into the crowd. The man sat frozen, those words echoing in his mind. "Failure is the storm that grows your roots." That night he went home, and for the first time in years, he opened a notebook. He wrote down every lesson his failures had taught him, what went wrong, what he could do better, what he needed to change. He realized something powerful, that he had been so focused on the pain that he never saw the lessons inside the pain. Every failure had left behind a gift, and those gifts could be the tools to build his next chapter. Days turned into weeks. He worked again. But this time, not with blind hope, this time with wisdom. When doubt came, he remembered the oak tree. When fear whispered, he reminded himself of his roots. Slowly, things began to change. The small steps added up. The broken pieces became a foundation. He was no longer the man who gave up on a park bench. He was the man who refused to let failure define him. Years later, he stood in front of a crowd, a successful business leader, a mentor, a man people looked up to. And as he spoke to the audience, he said, "Do not run from failure. Do not be ashamed of it. Embrace it, learn from it. Let it shape you, because failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Without failure, there is no strength, no wisdom, no greatness." The crowd listened in silence. Many of them were broken, just like he once was. And in that moment, his story became more than his own. It became a light for others who had lost hope. So if you, listening right now, have failed in life, if you feel broken, lost, or forgotten, remember the oak tree. And remember this, your failures are not your ending. They are your training, your preparation, your roots. Rise again, because your story is not over. In fact, it is just beginning. Failure does not break you. It builds you. It grows you. And one day, you will look back and realize that every fall was simply leading you to stand taller than ever before.